Hey everyone, my name is Cody Knotts King, and today we're going to be just doing a couple sketches in my sketchbook that I've been working in. This is just, a normal book that I just turned into a sketchbook just because I didn't like, the author of this book and how he writes. So basically today we're going to be just drawing a couple things in here, show you how I sketch and some of my processes. I might not talk the whole time through, and then again I might talk a little bit. Let's just start here. And I just use this as I use this page as basically like a white page. I ignore this. It's kind of like a secondhand thing. This is just a design over top of it. I'm using it as plain white paper. But today I'm just gonna start out by bringing some yellow in, putting down the first layer of yellow. And it's okay if it doesn't get it on the whole page. This is just a sketchbook. It's not for amazing anything. This is just to show me or show what I'm trying to achieve in a painting, or try what I should achieve in a drawing I want to complete. So now that I put down my first layer of yellow, maybe I want to put a little more yellow down so it's thicker. And you just rub it in. It's just pastel. Get your hands a little dirty. Doesn't really stain clothes though. It washes away. But most of my pants are covered in paint, so it doesn't matter to me. So, what am I gonna do? I'll just start out with some shapes, just to make it simple. And usually, when I go for the first shape on a page, when I'm doing compositions, I try to line it up with something, like the words and the sides. Sometimes it works out, sometimes it doesn't. It just helps keep things, simple and anchored in a place. And I try to pick out a couple colors to use, and maybe sometimes I'll use the same colors, take this green and make a lighter green and keep doing with that pattern. But today I'm gonna use some different colors. Right here, put a circle. I try to keep my shapes separated so where they're not touching, but there are instances where my shapes do touch, and sometimes it's intentional and sometimes it's unintentional. Sometimes I just let the shapes do what they choose to do. And this blue isn't working. Like this one, I'm just kind of letting it do what it's doing. It's not really giving me the hard color I want, but I'm letting it. I'm experimenting is what I probably should be saying. That's really what this book is about, experimentation and experimenting with what my next work will be. And sometimes the works in here, they stay in here. Transferring from canvas or from sketchbook to canvas is different than canvas to sketchbook. I guess it could be said the other way around too. And now I'm just gonna fill in the shape because I like the idea of filling this one and making it like a truer color, I guess. And maybe some yellow in here, make it green. Sometimes when I sketch, I just do it really fast and just jot it down like that's a fast composition. Whereas this is taking a little time to to accumulate it to be what I want it to be, I'm gonna put this color away and get a different color. I'll pull out this red and put a red triangle, right triangle, 90-degree triangle right there, and above it a small little brown circle, just so this brown and this brown are farther away and separated by these two colors. Now I could put another one here, a brown shape, but I think this would interfere with that. It's too close. Same as if I put another red shape there, it'd be too close. I could put another red one down here, but there's no need of that right now. And I think here I'm gonna put an elongated half circle and leave him. Actually, maybe I'll make him have lines. He's gonna have lines. Sometimes the smallest changes to the shape or to the way you put it down changes how it looks. So like these two are the same color, but since this one is just an outline, this one's outlined and lined, it makes them seem kind of different. Now, if I wanted to make it a little more different, I could have used brown and left it as that green outline, but put brown inside of it, so it is a different compositional shape, color, tone, and all that shit. Same as if I wanted to put like this triangle down here, put lines in it that are brown, it would make it look different, and it would also bring your eyes from here down. But I'm not sure if I want to put a triangle there yet. It'll be difficult. Can you still see that on the camera? Yeah. Alright. I'm just gonna turn it around. So maybe like if I turn it this way, I could see something I didn't see before. So let me just move some of my pastels out of the way so I can actually put this down. Yeah. Alright. And I'm just outside near my greenhouse too. I'm always outside here. If I'm not here, I'm inside painting. And it's hard to get videos inside. Especially quiet ones where I'm just talking or where I'm trying not to get any noise. So I think I'm gonna put a red circle here. And you know, sometimes when you put something down, it might mess up the composition, it might pull it over a little more. So you're gonna have to figure out a way to pull it back over. So I'm gonna line it with some brown. Maybe that'll pull it together. And if that still doesn't pull it together, it's okay. It's only a sketch. You know, I'm gonna try out a different shape. A shape that I usually don't do in these type of compositions. You know, this is all experiment. You know, I'm not saying that this is my work that I do all the time, but this is the work that I do to make the paintings that I like. You know, sometimes you gotta do stuff like this that you don't like to do things you do like. Like for example, like I love this composition, the colors I used. Get that as tattoo, but not sure when. Like, you gotta do stuff you don't like to do stuff you do like. Like this, I love this. And I think to finish this, I'm gonna put a dark blue triangle here. I'd say this is an equilateral an equilateral triangle, but it's really not. I'm gonna leave it just like that. Now, so what I'm looking at, and when I keep going silent is because I'm looking at the empty spaces, So what I'm eyeing up is the biggest empty spaces. Like there's an empty space here and there's an empty space here. Now these two empty spaces are the biggest concerns of this whole piece that's coming together. This one and this one are okay. I'm not worried about them two. Especially if I did this one as a painting, I wouldn't be worried about these two spaces here because of the balancing points that's going on. There's a lot of stuff here in the center contained. So if I put something here and here, it makes it look even more contained. But if I leave it here, it's kind of just floating there. Now if I put something here and here, it's anchored. It looks like it's supposed to be there. But if I'm putting something here, that's just making it lock diagonal. It's locking this way. And maybe that's okay. For this piece, it's okay. But usually you want to line it up here. So keep it anchored this way. At least in my opinion, when I'm doing shapes, I like to keep them anchored. So it's this way and this way instead of going off that way. And if you don't get, if I'm explaining it weird, I'm sorry about that. That's just the way my head thinks. I also think about as like numbers too. So I'm thinking about right now that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 shapes. Now, these 9 shapes, it's an uneven number. It's also on an uneven page. But it's uneven. So usually I try to make it so if this book, it's probably like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6 inches by 1, 2, 3, 6, maybe like 6 by 9 or 6 by 8. It's probably 6 by 8. I'd have to make this an even number, so I'd have to put one more shape onto it to make it even. But that's only like a number concept of like keeping compositions balanced and simple and even. But you know, sometimes you can make a canvas even or something like this even by putting that even number on it. So if I put 10 here, the 10th shape here, it had to be small here or here. Because if I just put that one there, then there's this big space here still. Sometimes, to keep a canvas balanced and simple, you have to make it uneven. So like maybe I want to put another red shape here. So I'm going to put that red triangle here like I said earlier I wasn't going to do. But I'm going to make it a little different than a triangle. And again, I'm just going to leave it empty because that emptiness is going to bring these two together. So now these two are together, these two are locked together. Now if I put another shape on, I think it's going to have to be another shape that has a solid, it's a solid shape. Instead of like outline, it's just solid. So it'll bring everything, you know, it's pulling it all together, but it's not making you stay in one spot. So if I close my eyes and open them, the first shape I see is this because it's that solid color. Now, if I walk away and come back, maybe the first shape I'll see is this red one because this is red and yellow together and it's just a outline of a shape. The yellow and the red are coming together and they're kind of vibrating, but they're not vibrating enough. So maybe to pull some attention away from here, I should take this yellow and fill it in. Just fill in this one shape. Now that is a stronger yellow. I could even grab this kind of like tannish color, kind of like sand, and give it another outline. So now it has a second outline. Now this is the only shape, I'm going to turn it again. This is the only shape that has a double outline. Just messed that up a little bit. But that's okay, because I'm working in pastels, so I can just go right over top of that. It's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes only make you better. If you're not making mistakes, you're not learning. So I'm gonna put this one back in the bottom. Yeah, I'm gonna put this one right there. I was gonna put it back in the box because I don't want to lose it, because I gotta move my stuff again. Let me see if it's still okay. So I actually think that I don't need anything now. It doesn't need anything else onto it. So let me count how many shapes there are. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now there's an even amount of shapes. Now, in my opinion, this is a balanced composition. But there is the fact that if I took away this triangle, it'd still be semi-balanced. Just like if I took away this shape, it would still be semi-balanced. Now, if I took away, say, all of this down here, and maybe this triangle too, and just kept this top part up here, that would be balanced because it's simple. It's simple, and it's creating that rectangular body shape. Now I may need something right there, but that's not the point. I do really like this shape and this shape. This shape is the shape I don't